Hello, my friends. Welcome to Reddit Therapy. So me and my family is planning to finally buy a house after 15 years of living in the US. We have been visiting many houses, both with a real estate agent and open house. During this whole time, I was thinking, what if someone decides to take stuff during an open house? Well, I must have jinxed that, because that's what exactly happened yesterday. Cast me/o.p Hot Lava RA Real Estate Agent Entitled Mid-User EC Entitled Chimera HO Homeowner PO Police Officer Story. So my parents asked me to check out this one house for $470,000. Given how my area's house price averaged $500K, it was definitely something that caught our attention. So I drove over to the house and headed on inside. The first floor spaces and rooms were actually quite nice, and the backyard was nice and small, which was something I personally liked. I went up to the second floor. The rooms were actually quite nice as well, probably because the current HO decorated and furnished so well. One of the rooms that I liked was the gaming room, where it was filled with tech-related stuff. Consoles, gaming PC station, headsets, mix, headphones, you name it. I was really impressed with how neat and organized the room was. Few minutes later, I finished checking out all the rooms upstairs. As I head out of the last room, I saw EC, around age 8, coming out of the gaming room, with a HyperX Cloud headset. If you are into gaming accessories, then you know how HyperX Clouds are some of the best and pricey headsets out there. EC had an annoying grin on his face. I decided to intervene. Excuse me, little kid? EC, I'm not a little kid. Call me insert generic name here. Okay, kid's name. What are you doing with that headset? EC, I want it. It was on the wall, so I just picked it up. Well, this isn't your home. And you can't take others' stuff without asking. EC, but mommy told me finders keepers. And I want to look cool while playing Fortnite. Dying inside from cringe that still doesn't give you the right to take others' things. Please put it back where you found it. EC, no. It's mine. EC runs off downstairs, and I chase after him. EC runs to him who was talking with RA. EC, Mom. What is it, sweetie? EC, that man is being mean to me and is chasing me. Getting mad. Why are you chasing my son, you bum? Not trying to explode, because your son was trying to take stuff out of one of the rooms. My angel would never do that. He has been taught well. Well, it shows how well he was taught. What's that in his hands? Everyone looks at the headset in EC's hands before he quickly hides it behind him. That belongs to EC, dummy. I got that for doing so well in school. Then why did I see him taking it out of the gaming room? You liar. RA, if I may interject, I surveyed the whole premise before the open house. That headset was the first thing anyone would see on the wall display. Well, I was going to get this house anyway, so it's technically my house. Therefore, my child can take whatever he wants. R.A., let's settle this with the HO and the police, shall we? In nervous tone, N, no. That won't be necessary. We are leaving. I quickly move to the front door to block their exit. Tries to get past me, but to no avail. R.A. called both HO and the police, and blocked the backyard door. Around 10 minutes later, both of them showed, with HO looking really annoyed. Before Po can open his mouth, and went on about how OP is a nasty person and was chasing her poor child. And I calmly told our version of the story. HO, so you came into my house, take my things, and say your actions are justified? Well, it's not like you were going to live in this house forever. Might as well assume everything in this house when I buy the house from you. R.A., actually, you were complaining about how poor you were and how you have a low credit score, and was asking if you can have the house for free. I am of oppressed race and deserve free housing. Both were whites. Po, enough. HO, do you have any proof that the headset belongs to you? It was a rhetorical question. HO, I do actually. HO told Po where to find the serial number, and asked him if she knows it. Of course fails to recall a single digit, while HO impressively called out all of the code. If that wasn't enough, HO had an anti-theft camera hidden all over the house, and the one in the gaming clearly showed EC taking the headset off the display. EC was constantly complaining and whining about how the headset was his. HO, alright EC, I'll make a deal with you. Please give me back my headsets and you won't be in trouble. Don't you dare threaten. Po, pipe down, let EC decide. EC surprisingly complies, and was about to hand back the headset. And gets in between and snatches the headset. Fine. If my angel can't have them, no one else can. Takes out a pocket knife and cuts the audio and mic wires. HO, what the? That's what you get. Po, I heard enough. Please drop the knife and put your hands behind your back. Tries to book it but I trip her. Po handcuffs her and drags her to the vehicle, while EC follows crying. Po comes back later and asked HO if he wanted to press charges, to which HO said yes. Was charged for attempted theft and property damage. Po told me all I had to do was give witness statements, and I don't have to be involved anymore. After doing exactly that, HO thanked me and everyone went about their days. To point out, I sometimes have my blinds open in my bathroom so hateful nudity in plain view. But here is how it is situated. It's facing to the backyard. I don't have anything behind the home except trees, so you would have to climb up to see through the window. But big buts if you're my neighbor. If you stand on their bathtub and look out the window above it, you have clear view to that window, but there is a catch. It's one of those frosted glass windows that has a latch so you can prop it up and let the steam out. So unless you push that window up and look out standing on the tub, you can't look into my window. So this is what happened. I'm out walking when Karen comes up to me in a huff-puff. I can't believe you. I should call the cops for indecent exposure and showing your genitals to my kids. Me, wait, what is going on? I did nothing like that. You can't just go around accusing people of that. My children could see your junk when you get out of your shower, and I think you need to learn to close your blinds. At this point I'm like, WTF, no one can see me taking a shower on the second floor. I completely misunderstood the situation. Me, wait, when I shower? Ma'am, either you're crazy or you put a camera in my house, and for that I can call the cops on you, cause what you just said is impossible. No one can see me while I'm taking a shower unless they install something. Insert neighbor intervention. One of our neighbors is a cop for the local jail. Neighbor, what's going on here? He is exposing his genitals to me and my kids. Neighbor questionably looks at me. Neighbor, when? Every time he takes a shower. Neighbor is even more confused. Me, I really don't know how she is seeing me from the second floor bathroom facing the backyard. Neighbor, ma'am, how are you seeing this? Through the small window above my bathtub. Me and the neighbor look at each other. Me, I know for a fact looking out that's a frosted window. Well, me and my kids can open it up and use it to vent out steam, but we would have a clear view to your window. Neighbor, Mrs. X, instead of accusing him of something, you should have informed him that window opens, and if you're talking about that frosted windows in the home design, I have one too. If they are the same, then you really need to try to look out that window. It's placed high up, and I doubt your kids can look through it. Visible confusion. Neighbor, personally I think today he should start closing the blinds, and from this point you should stop talking about it. The way you word it is far worse than the situation really is, and I know both of you and don't want to see this turn into a huge legal problem. Fine, I still can't believe he exposed himself to me like that. Me, I wanted to say something, but I felt this shit wouldn't stop if I did. So to this day I sometimes see her peeking through that window. I mean, can I get her for being a peeping Karen? But that's too much trouble. I do still leave the blinds open. Apparently I'm protected by some privacy laws, and based on the distance from the two homes you really need to try to actually see my wiener. You'll need to use one of those selfie sticks and get a picture angle. From a bit of context, I was in the armed forces as a military police officer. This story takes place when I was 23 and on leave for my first birthday at home in 5 years. Me and my friends were not drinking, and there were no drugs or distractions in the car at the time. I was also driving. It was around 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon when me and my friends stopped first at a light near the freeway. The light turned green, and when a car goes off the off-ramp and smashes into my car's driver's side door. The next thing I remember was the doctors telling me that I was in a critical condition and they had to put me in a medically induced coma, and that I was lucky to survive. What follows is what I am told is a month of surgeries and mayhem, as a military recruiter has to come in and fill out all the needed paperwork to have me discharged, and that they would be taking the EP to court for injuring their officer. MP is the highest rank technically, and they're considered officers. After a month and a half I awake and have to go to rehab. After 3 months of rehab I learned that the military discharged me because of my injuries. I was no longer of use. I can't run for very long, and my left arm can't support a rifle for very long, especially with recoil. My back hurts if I overwork it. Now where's the EP? You may ask. Well, after the fact the entitled parents started flipping out and got angry. The US military was taking her and her husband to court, and I will be too. The military want my medical expenses to be paid by her. On top of this, the entitled parent kept claiming it was my fault and that her baby had get to soccer practice and that I should have waited for her to pass before going. She even tried to kill me and my friends so we couldn't testify while we were in hospice. The EP even demanded that we be removed from critical state and that her baby was more hurt. He was completely fine and said that she is a doctor, she actually is, and her husband is a lawyer. I won 3.1 million in the case and was discharged from the army. The EP landed jail time for reckless driving and attempted murder and more things related to the accident. Moral of the story: don't mess with the government, they do not take it well.